Good morning and welcome to breakfast with our Grand Exalted Ruler, the Honorable and Esteemed Randy Shook. Grand Exalted Ruler Shook took office at our Grand Lodge Convention in Minneapolis this summer, right at the anniversary of our nation's birthday, and what a perfect time to have him installed. And he's become a great friend of Colorado, and we want to welcome you, Grand Exalted Ruler, to Colorado. Thank you so much for coming to our convention.
It's great to be here. Great to be here. We're looking forward to an exciting weekend and meeting a lot of new people and visiting with some old friends also.
We've got some good people in Colorado, and most of them are Elks.
No doubt, no doubt.
Now, tell us where you're from. Tell us about your hometown.
I'm from a little town in Tennessee called Loretta, Tennessee. My lodge is actually in Lawrenceburg. It's a rural community of about 45,000 people in the county. Very rural.
How long have you been a member of the order?
31 years.
31 years, so you joined in kindergarten?
Just about, yes.
Yeah, just right about. Well, keeping with that theme of long-term membership and wisdom, one of the things we would like to do with our members with this little video is, first of all, to get them to know you a little better, for those who can't be here, but also to provide some information and some inspiration for how we can be better in our lodges and implement the programs of Grand Lodge as well. And I want to ask you a question about your membership. At what point did you assume leadership in your lodge, and how did that happen?
I became a member of the Elks, like most other people do, just through the social aspect.
Uh-huh.
I was invited there for a Friday night steak supper by a great uncle of mine. And it was very, very good, so we went back 2 or 3 times. Someone gave me an application. I was finally initiated after about 9 months, which I pretty much had got disinterested. But then when I started going to the meetings and started finding out about being a patriotic organization, the veterans, all we do for them, that fired me up. 2 years into it, I was in an officer's leadership role. We were in a very old building looking to make some advances, and in my profession as a real estate appraiser, I was able to give some insight into that. So 3rd year I was an ER, and from there it just kept rising. And by the time I was in for 12 years, I was Tennessee State President.
Wow.
So it was a very fast ride, and still has been a pretty fast ride.
Sounds like a fun ride,
Yeah,
too.
It's been a very exciting ride.
So I heard a lot in there. One is that a family member invited you.
Right.
You came for the social quarters.
That's right.
You stayed because you cared.
Right.
And that tenacity, 9 months you waited to be initiated. You're just about disinterested, but somebody reeled you back in.
Yeah.
And that's got to be a lesson for us lodges.
We've got to do a better job getting them in.
Yeah.
We must get them in faster than that. It's an organization that everybody needs the younger members in there. And their time is so demanding that we're asking them to give us their time when they become members. That's their most valuable asset. We have to be able to give them something to give us that time.
Right.
And that's more important than anything we can do to increase our membership.
Yeah, having just come out of initiation, our ritual competition,
Yes.
I'm reminded of the phrase, to catch inspiration.
Right.
And I just want to tell you how much I appreciate your attitude and good humor and your ability to convey that to us, and that we should all be able to catch that inspiration around membership.
I thank you very much for that. I hope that transpires all across this nation.
And you have a focus right now on membership. Tell us about that recruitment.
I think that the most important part of everything we do is community-based. We've tried so many times to have different ideals about having a nationwide project for the Elks. That's almost virtually impossible for us. The only thing that every Elks Lodge has in common is a community. We all have a community. Each community has individual needs that are different, just like individuals do. what may be good in one community may be completely different and it's a short distance away. It's all about community. It starts there, it happens there, and it ends there. And if we get our Elks Lodges becoming really involved in our communities, our membership problems will soon become history.
Well, no one tells a story about community involvement as well as you do. And along those lines, tell us about the CIP grants. That's also part of your package.
These programs are available through the Elks National Foundation for community investment programs in your local community for Elks Lodges to take advantage of. And this program allows you the funds to do a project in your community that will give you an identity, help assist your identity like no other time we've ever been able to have that. It's such a great program, and it gives your community so much extra effort and money that it's not coming from anywhere else. It's the best program I have seen. I also think it is doing more to turn our membership than about anything we've tried.
Really? Can you give us an example of a community improvement project?
There's a wide array of community improvement projects. It's all about whatever the community needs. The project has to be elk involvement and a community involvement. And the need in the community is where we have to find it, we have to perform it. Then the identity is created, the Elks has filled that need.
What a great opportunity. You know, as a member, when I pay my dues every year and I think about where that money's going, knowing that I have, in my small way, an ability to provide funding for things like this. I mean, without our members, this clearly isn't going to happen.
That's true. And the Elks National Foundation is great at providing those grants to those communities, which is an avenue that has never been available before. Since that program has come out, we have seen some definite turnarounds in our membership numbers, and the program continues to grow and grow. I think it's the answer to a lot of our prayers.
Thank you so much for advocating for that. And speaking of advocacy, you're also a big fan and supporter of our veterans programming.
I am very, very supportive of the veterans program. We owe the veterans of this country a debt we can never repay.
Sure.
And to us as Elks and being responsible citizens, we should never let our communities forget that debt we owe.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you would like to share with our membership that might inspire, for example, someone to assume the role of leadership, whether it's a committee or lodge officer?
Get involved. Get involved. And once you get there, I know that you don't know all of these officers that are here, and our lodges tend to have a little bit of a clique. We want to stick together. We don't actually go out and embrace new members. That new member, I'm speaking to you, wade right on in there and get involved. And it won't take but just a little bit till you'll be in that clique.
Oh, there's some enticement, right? That sense of belonging.
That's right.
Fits right in with brotherly love, doesn't it?
Yes.
So, Grant, I have a question that was submitted by a member. Let me find it real quick here. Based on the message, Community Service builds foundation for our future, what would you use to measure a lodge's success?
That's going to be based on the individual lodge, but most likely it would be the membership in their community. If they are benefiting their community or their individual community needs, their membership is going to increase because people want to be involved in their community. They want to make where they live a better place to live and be a part of something bigger than we are.
You know, that sounds like a really good opportunity for self-assessment and self-reflection for a lodge, that if their membership is declining, maybe they need to look at what their involvement in the community is.
Find that need and get it done.
And get it done. And a second question from a member in Colorado is, how would you complete the following sentence? A successful lodge is one that...
There's a lot of ways to finish that. But a successful lodge is one that is a pillar of their community.
Thank you. We are built on strong foundations, aren't we?
Yes.
Well, thank you all for tuning in to Breakfast with the Grand Exalted Ruler. We hope you all get an opportunity to meet him in person at some point. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you for coming.